friends, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking into their current thoughts about you, and I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is the Good Karma Tarot, and pile number two is the Tarot of the Four Elements. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today, but I do hope that at least one of the piles' messages do resonate. Please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading, so just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi pile one, for those of you who chose the Good Karma Tarot, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Alright, pile one. Let's take a look at your person's current thoughts, shall we? Pile person's current thoughts. Pile one, connection, whatever wants to come through. We'll take a look. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have the Page of Wands, we have the Hanged Woman, we have the Magician, we have the Six of Swords, we have the Two of Swords, we have Judgment, and we have the Hermit. Okay, there's definitely some pause energy between the two of you at this point in time. Maybe you're not speaking, maybe this is no contact and or separation, or it could just be a pause in the connection where things are just not moving forward, but they're not moving backwards as well. All right, but before I get ahead of myself, let's take a look at your oracle cards, all right? We have Mugwort. I don't know, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Okay, and then we have Ruby in Kyanite. We have unresolved issues. Yes, that was definitely coming through, wasn't it? We have alignment. Yes, there is definitely massive alignment problem between the two of you. And I think that both of you are recognizing that there is a lot of disconnect right now. I think that there is this desire to kind of fix things between the two of you, or at least understand where the other person is coming from. But I think that every time both of you try to do something or try to get started with your talking or talking things out, communicating, I think that it's just, there's a lot of friction. I am feeling that energy right now to a point where I think that both of you are just taking some time apart, maybe to shift your energies. There might be past resentment coming through. There might also just be, you know, the way that I see it is, it might not be one issue. It might be multiple small issues that are just boiling out as one big issue at this point in time. Like, for example, the message or the image coming to me is someone who, I mean, there's a, like, I'll tell you what the image is coming through. It's like, there's a washing machine over there, and there's a hamper right beside that. And instead of putting the clothes in the hamper, someone's just putting them in their bathroom and just leaving it out there. And then you're there saying, well, that's your clothes. You can at least put it into the hamper. I'll put it into the washing machine and I'll do the rest of the work. But can you at least put it into the hamper? And that by itself, you might think that, okay, well, it's an issue of the person not putting the clothes into the hamper, but it's actually about them taking responsibility for their stuff, for, you know, what is just at least taking half of the responsibility of the load. You know, that's kind of the message coming through, that it might not actually be the issue that both of you are fighting about. It's actually a lot deeper than that. It runs a lot deeper than that. And I think that every time both of you try to communicate, like, for example, in the example that I gave, okay, it could be maybe both of you start talking about, okay, well, the hamper's right there. can you at least put your clothes? And then it leads to an eruption, because the problem is actually not about the hamper. It's not even about them putting the clothes. It's a lot deeper than that. And so maybe both of you are not able to resolve it. And I think that your person is understanding that there's a reason why there's so much friction. They might not know why there's so much friction, but they're understanding that the problem is a lot deeper than that. There is a desire to work things out between the two of you. There's also a desire to kind of let go of that negative feeling, you know. Maybe your person's feeling resentful that you're always talking about the hamper. This is just an example. You know, maybe your person's, you know, feeling attacked about the situation. And maybe rightfully so, you are frustrated because this is playing out in different aspects of the connection and not just one aspect. And it has happened over a long period of time, even though you might be, I'm so sorry, I'm like literally stuck on that hamper thing, but that's just me channeling. So I'm going to probably be using it as an example a lot in your reading today, Palwan. But for you, it's kind of like you erupted at the hamper, but there was a lot more that was going on that you let go over a long period of time, and that frustration also builds up, right? If you're not talking about it, where does that energy go? It builds up within you. So I think that there is a lot of frustration on both ends, and I think that both of you are recognizing that the problem is running a lot deeper than that. Both of you might be looking out for external help. I would not be surprised if both of you are starting to consider maybe couples counseling, or even reaching out to someone who you think can help both of you in this situation, because there is a deep desire to work things out on your end and on your person's end. These problems, you know, even though they seem pretty big at this point, your person and you, I'm seeing mutual energies over here. I think that both of you want to work things out. Both of you like each other. Both of you want to be with each other. Both of you feel that resonance with each other. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic connection. This could be a platonic or a familial one, because I am sensing that both of you want to, you know, you want to spend time with each other. You want to be with each other. You like each other's company. But there's just these few things that are causing so much friction that it is just affecting the energy of your connection. And that's coming through very, very strongly. Right now, your person's current thoughts are just, you know, reflecting back about what's going on between the two of you and recognizing that there is something deeper. And if both of you have to move past it, then you shouldn't be doing what you've always been doing. With the Magician coming out, it's kind of like, if you want a different outcome, you have to take a different step. And that's something that your person's understanding. That is also manifesting in a different way, you know, because manifesting is, you know, you aligning your actions to what you're manifesting. And if you've been doing the same thing that you've been doing, then you're not aligning to what you wish for. So you need to shift into that energy. So that is also something that your person's understanding. It might be a little bit more of a logical approach, but the intention is still the same. It's still manifesting. It's still in that energy that both of you need to do fundamentally something different in order to resolve the issue. And right now, your person doesn't understand what the deeper issue is, but they know that there is a deeper issue. All right? So that's a little bit of a distinction coming through. And whatever it is that is needed for both of you to make it work, it looks like your person, I wouldn't say 100% ready for anything and everything, but they're willing to try, you know. So even if this person doesn't believe in therapy, they'll be willing to try. Even if this person doesn't believe that maybe reaching out to a pastor for help would be helpful, they're willing to try. That's the energy that your person is in at this point in time. Ultimately, I think that there is a lot of unresolved issues that need to come to the surface, and it's not the issue that both of you are dealing with. It's actually a lot deeper than that, but I think that over time of both of you understanding this, things will come to the surface, and both of you have the willingness to work it out. And that would be alignment. You know, both of you recognizing that there's a lot deeper than that. I am feeling very calm energies for the alignment. So it looks like maybe once both of you understand the deeper aspects to what is going on between the two of you, things will smoothen out. But until you get to that point, it might be just very, very chaotic. It might be a lot of those triggers coming up to the surface. But I am getting like there's a lot of blues and you know, like very softer energy coming through in your reading. So I feel that once you get to the undercurrent problem, everything will resolve, like everything will calm down. But sometimes it's that chaos that you need actually to get to the end point so that both of you can come together in more aligned energies. And probably there is a process to getting to that point, right? So Just trust the chaos right now. That is the message coming through for you. But I'll get into something. Maybe let's see what wants to come through for you. But don't worry, all right? Once both of you get to the root of the problem, things will calm down automatically. Take some time to rest, all right, Pal 1? I think that even this energy has been heavy on you. I think that you might also be kind of holding on to negative thoughts, negative vibration. If that is the case, take some time to rest. Take some time to meditate, breathe out, journal, whatever it is that you need, however it is that it works for you to expel that energy out. For some, it is creative energy, writing. It could be going out in nature, grounding yourself as well, like just being around earth. For some, it could be water. Take that as it resonates for your energy. You will definitely feel that call, right? Expel that energy out of you. It helps, okay, to push that energy out of you so that there is receptivity to a more positive vibration, right? And it looks like you need to shift into those energies in order to resolve what is going on between the two of you, right? But don't worry, Pal 1. The way that I'm getting it is the moment, like until that point of understanding what the deeper issue is, it's going to be chaos. But the moment both of you do that, and it looks like both of you are heading that way, things will calm down, all right? Things will be fine because that was meant to happen between the two of you so that you come to a point of alignment, all right? Okay. This is where I'll leave you for today, Pal 1. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you were looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. But if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy, whether it's with the like, share, subscribe, comments, the tips that I send, and watching my page ads. Those are the ways I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Pal 1, take care, trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi, Pal 2. For those of you who chose Tarot of the Four Elements, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes. Think of your person. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alrighty, Pal 2. Person's current thoughts about you, about this connection, whatever needs to come through. Let's take a look, alright? This person's current thoughts. Okay, 8 of air, 9 of water, Page of water, Knight of water, 2 of air, 10 of fire, and we have the 9 of air. This could be a no contact and or separation situation between the two of you. I am getting very distant energies, so you might not have been in communication for quite some time now. Yeah, let me actually also get your oracle cards. We have Hellooo with empowerment. We have turquoise. I speak from a place of love. We have cultural sensitivity. We have sanctuary. Okay. For some of you, I am seeing conflict. With cultural sensitivity over here, I think that maybe there is a difference in culture. Maybe you're not accepted by your community, the connection. Maybe one or both of you feel like you're not being accepted for who you are by the other person as well. I am seeing a lot of distance between the two of you. I mean, so there might have been like no contact for quite some time now. Their current thoughts are more about why both of you are in this situation, and they don't have an answer. It's kind of like, why are we going through so much pain? That's more of their thoughts right now. And I think that there is a lot of desire to come towards you, Pal 2, you know, to talk to you, to spend time with you, to share their love with you. But for whatever reason, seems to be more external at this point, they're stopping themselves from doing so. So if you've been feeling this person wanting to come forward, like maybe you have a vision that you see a text message from them, and then when you wake up, it's not there, or when you go check your phone, it's not there, or you've been seeing maybe a lot of signs and synchronicities about them reaching out to you, or even random messages from other people, very abnormally sent to you, but it's actually what your person, or what you feel your person would be wanting to tell you. You're absolutely on point, because there's a lot of urge to communicate coming through very, very strongly in your reading. And it's more like flooding, like the energy is flooding me at this point in time. It's kind of like I have so much to say. I don't know what to say. I'm completely at the brim of my emotions, and they need an outlet, but I don't have an outlet. And that's why it's pouring through these other outlets, all right? So I by myself, I'm completely okay, pal too, but that is the energy that I'm tapping into from your person. And it's kind of like, why or where did we go wrong? How have we come to a place where we do not have a choice in where we are at? So perhaps maybe both of you have decided to end this connection because you were not able to make it work. For others of you, I'm actually seeing it play out in my mind that perhaps your families didn't approve of this relationship, and both of you went your separate ways. You decided to, choose your family, or maybe that was just too much of a burden on this connection, and maybe that's why this connection didn't work out in the past. Whatever it is, your person feels like there was no choice for both of you leading up to this point, and that by itself is just very, very heartbreaking energies. Sometimes things are just way out of your control, and that seems to be the case between the two of you. It's kind of like there's helpless energies coming through. As much as they have always wanted to be with you, and as much as there has been so much of joy and love and just so much of fulfillment between the two of you, for some reason both of you are not able to be together today, and that is causing a lot of pain, a lot of mental anguish for your person. I would not be surprised if both of you have moved on to other people, to different relationships. One or both of you could have even married someone else, given, the amount of distance that I feel is very, very dramatic in your reading right now, Paltu. So both of you could have moved on, but there's still a lot of looking back and wishing, what if things were different, or what if we were given a choice at that point in time? And maybe, your person might be thinking, well, maybe the choice is still there, and maybe I need to overcome all of this mental anguish, all of these thoughts that there is no choice anymore. So a lot of intense energies coming through when they're thinking about this. For some of you, it could even just be distance between the two of you, like physical distance between the two of you, and maybe it couldn't work out at that point in time. Whatever it is, there's a layer of helplessness coming through, and your person wants to feel powerful within themselves to take charge of this connection, but no, at this point, it's they're up in their head. They're not yet into action-oriented energy. There's a strong desire for it. There is that end point that they want to get to, but they're struggling a lot with it right now. With Sanctuary coming out, I think that you have been a place of love and comfort for this person, Paltu, even if they are with other people or both of you have moved on. I think that every time this person thinks about you, it's just they feel safe, they feel loved, they feel cared for. And that by itself is such a powerful feeling, because, I think that this person struggles with feeling loved, but even if they do have people in their life who love them, I think that this person struggles a lot with trusting that. But with you, it just came so automatically. They just knew they were loved by you. And that feeling is something that your person can never feel with anyone else, or they've come to realize after so much time that it just cannot happen with anyone else. And so there's also like a deep sense of helplessness. I keep saying that, I know, but it's coming through again and again in your reading. It's kind of like, do we have a choice? And if the answer is no, then why? Why is it that we don't have a choice? Why can't I make this choice for us? That's the energy that's coming through. For some of you, maybe, it is too late. For others of you, maybe there is hope. I'm not able to tap into that specifically, but because I'm getting like two very, very different energies. But either way, your person's thinking, well, why can't I make this decision? Why can't I create a choice? You know, why can't I just make it up and do it? You know, why am I carrying this burden of being, you know, restricted to the choices? Why can't I take charge of my life rather than having this choice imposed on me? Those are what your person's thoughts are at this point. It's very painful. I will say, like, I'm feeling in my heart. Like, I feel like Three of Swords energy is coming through very, very strongly in your reading, even though it's not out there, but I'm feeling that energy. Your person's in a lot of pain because of what happened between the two of you, or this perceived lack of choice in where both of you are at right now. And that is what is on their mind. They want to reach out to you. I don't know if they are going to, because that energy is very up in the air. It's kind of like anybody's game at this point, because there's a deep desire, but at the same time, there's a lot of mental anguish that's stopping them from doing so. If they work through it, it's possible that they will reach out, because the energy to reach out is very, very strong, but they need to work through their mental blocks first, right? One message for you at this point, we have Page of Fire. All right, so it looks like slowly your person is going to work through it. I think that there is some kind of divine help coming through. With the fire energy, I am definitely feeling a little bit more spiritual energy coming through. So there might be spiritual guidance helping your person through whatever it is that they're going through. So the communication might come. I feel like getting one more. Hold on. Yeah, things will shift. Okay, don't worry about it, all right, pal two? Things will shift. Your person is going to work through their mental anguish, and the message is going to come. There is a lot that your person needs to work through, so it might take time. It might not be fast-moving energy, but slowly and steadily your person is working through it. Perhaps your person needed to come to a point where they empower themselves to make a choice or create a choice. Maybe this is part of the path. Whether you want this person back or not, I think that the energy of this connection is shifting, and the energy of your person is shifting. For those of you who probably don't want this person back, maybe there is no hope, perhaps your person needed to learn this lesson from your connection so that they make a choice to choose themselves in other aspects of their life, or even in another relationship. For those of you who want this person back and you've been intuitively feeling that this person's going to come back at some point, or there is an opportunity for maybe both of you coming together in the future, for those of you who feel that way, then perhaps this was the path that your person was meant to take in order to feel that courage within themselves to choose their life, you know, their path for themselves, rather than allowing other people to choose for them, right? So either way, this seems to be very specifically, I'm getting your person's soul's journey. This was meant to unfold this way. Your person was meant to learn some lessons along this path. And more importantly, your person was meant to learn how to choose themselves. And if there was no perceived choice, your person was meant to learn how to create that choice for themselves, to choose their path rather than allowing other people to choose for them, right? So, Pal 2, with turquoise coming out, I feel like telling you, speak from a place of love. I think that your person wants to. There's a lot that they want to say. I'm feeling a lot of my throat chakra activation at this point as well. So there's a lot that this person does want to say. And it looks like they're right now being led to work through their own mental blockages, perhaps limiting beliefs, perhaps their own thought processes, that, you know, to reframe the narrative that they've had in their head that they don't have a choice, or that other people get to choose their life. No, I think that your person's learning how to step out of those energies, right? Pal 2, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. I can check the details in the description box below, but if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy, whether it's with the like, share, subscribe, comments, the tips to send in, watching my page ads. Those are the ways I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Pal 2, take care, trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.